Hello, my name is Vanden Bossche. I am currently a recruiter with Rock Central. So we're a professional services organization, but what we really help out with in my area is hiring for Quicken Loans. I've absolutely enjoyed my entire experience and I'm excited to share some tips with you today. So tips to prepare for an interview. Basically, it's all about preparation. Prepare some potential questions you might hear in the interview. Google some questions or research some questions that commonly pop up in that interview process and come up with some examples beforehand. So if you're asked that question, you're already prepared to answer it. You really want to do research on the company, the mission of the company, what their culture's like. You want to understand the products they might sell or the industry that they work in on a really basic level, and definitely understand the basic responsibilities of the position you're applying for. It's okay if you don't know everything. As a recruiter, I don't expect you to know everything, but what I expect is that you've done some research. So I know when I ask you questions, you've really given this thought. Okay, I applied to this position intentionally. The traits that resonate the most with us would definitely be taking feedback and being coached, being adaptable, and doing the right thing. When it comes to coaching and feedback, we are an organization that we want to let you know where you always stand. So every single day you come in, you're going to get feedback on things you're doing well and opportunities. When it comes to adaptability, especially in the mortgage side of our business, it's a very fast-paced industry. I've been recruiting for mortgage banking for a while now, so I see what it takes to be successful. And there's constantly laws and rates and regulations and things that change in that industry. And if you're not keeping up to date, if you're someone that's slow to make change or not open to making change even, you're gonna fall behind and you're gonna have some struggles. And finally, doing the right thing is probably the most critical part of our organization, especially with mortgages. We need to make sure we're always doing the right thing for clients in that process because we're talking about a lot of money. So especially for bankers I hire, I need to make sure that they are going to do the right thing for our client as well as do the right thing for the company and protect everybody involved. So when you apply to a role here, there are two things that'll happen initially. So first, if we decide not to move forward for that role, then you will get an email, usually within the first couple of weeks of applying. If we take a look at your profile and think, oh, this could be a good match, then we give you a call. Our initial conversation is to go over the basics of the role typically and what you're looking for and make sure that that all aligns. And then if everything goes well, depending on the role, there's typically 1 to 2 additional interviews, usually with a recruiter followed by a leader in the business. In general, there's typically at least 3 conversations in that process, and at some point along the way, you'll fill out an application. You should expect to hear within a couple of days after interviewing if we're going to move forward or not. My go-to questions really center around those traits I said are most important with the company. We'll ask a lot of questions centered around times you might have been faced with a difficult decision in that area or times you made mistakes and look for your response there. We also ask a lot of questions about feedback and coaching. I mentioned that's a really important trait. I do ask a lot of questions about what motivates you, how you hit goals or what you do when you don't hit your goal, and overall how you persuade and build relationships. The biggest advice is that if you're interviewing, be yourself. I know it's cliche, but truly just be yourself, show your personality, because your personality is who you bring to work every day, and you want the team to see the awesome person you are. So the recruiting team will be honest with you about what the position is, and also if you say, hey, this isn't a good fit, there might be something else here in the organization that's a better fit for what you're looking for or your skill set. So keep in mind that we are open-minded in those ways. So be honest and open with us in that process to make sure we find the best fit for you. Thank you so much again for taking the time to listen to me today, talk more about the company culture, best interview tips, and what it takes to be successful here. I am very excited to see all of your resumes now flooding our inbox, applying to all of our positions. We're excited to see your resumes come through and hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks and take care.